Here we go. Good morning, YouTube, and a very, very good morning. I know some of you are still up in eggs and Reiki, don't and everything else. Don't grab snaky. But I have here today. Here is a lovely young lady from South Africa, and she is a NPC competitor. Somebody who follows me sent me her link, and I said, you know what, I would love to interview her because as you know, I am the emperor of female bodybuilding talk. I want to give all women opportunities, and I'm like a man, Jerome from Martin. I'm a national, international players from the Himalayas, and we have here lovely Miss Blessing Christopher. Welcome, ma'am. How you doing? And please tell us your story of how you get here.
Very well.
All right. And please tell us your story.
Good
How
morning, all over the world. Afternoon, all over the world. If you live, afternoon, morning. It's very great to have me. I'm Blessing Christopher, known on Instagram as Lady Beefits.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
everybody, people starting to wake up right now because it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon for her, while the rest of us it's just like we're like, oh man, oh. I got up around about 6, so I had to say, like, get ready. I want to get clean, be presented for the day. I don't want to look like I got to get all my eye boogers out and stuff like that. But we're here. Okay, so please tell us a story. How do you get to such a sport of muscle or masculinity? How do you get into it?
Oh my gosh, wow. Okay. I've always been a sport person at school. So I started 2018. Started training just as a gym bunny. So I gotten myself that by that time a personal trainer in 2014. Yes, then I started training. I'm like, hey, I actually want to do something with my life and go into the bodybuilding industry. And then my PT was honest by then. It's like, hey, I'm clueless about bodybuilding. I think the right step is for you to look for a coach online. And I did just that. And that's when 2018, I actually met up with my coach, Julian Naidu, known as Mr. Ab, and we took it on from there. I started as a bikini athlete and grew in the sport.
Mhm.
So my first competition, I was a bikini girl. And yes, from then I actually didn't place well in my first show, eh? So I got hurt. You know how the sport is. And I was like, you know what? I'll come back stronger. Coming back stronger, we took a longer off season. We prepped, and I hopped into the wellness category. Wow.
Oh,
Okay, that's I know. I hopped
yeah.
into the wellness category. That's
Yeah.
when wellness was first introduced in our country, in South Africa.
Uh-huh.
Okay, took it there. All right, with wellness, we got a call out. Okay, that was good, but the placing wasn't satisfying. Then we hopped off and then we took a long season as well. We prepped as well. And then that's when I fell into the figure. And then I was like, this is me. All right. Because, the body can grow anytime when you prepping and when you off season. I placed very well, actually. I took first in figure, my class, and I took the overall, which was exciting. And I was like, yes, we are here. This is my division. The judges' feedback on my second show was okay, I've grown too much. I need to jump on the next class, which was physique. So here I am this year. I did physique for the very first time. I love it. Did physique and bodybuilding actually this year for the very first time. And yes, I enjoyed it. I love it.
Well, we
So,
we got some pictures from, I think your last show was about a month or so ago. We got some pictures.
yes,
We'll show the
that's
pictures. We're
correct.
here quick, and because we got here from your IG, and you look pretty impressive. I mean, especially like right here from the right, try to get to here, yeah, right here from the back. You know, yeah, you look pretty. This is from your little video here where, wow. I mean, you remind me of a lady who I become friendly with. Her name is Tana Huey. She's from Canada, and you
Yeah.
have that kind of that same real great. How tall are you?
Oh, I'm very short, guys. Hey, I'm 153.
Oh, you got to remember, as Americans, we have a different metric system. So, yes, so it looks like you probably, as we might say, mine about 5 feet, maybe 5'1".
It's round about there, 5'1", 5 feet,
Yeah,
somewhere there.
yeah, because that's because we forget she's from another country, folks, and her system's different from ours, so we got. But you look pretty impressive. I mean, and
Thank you
you
so
have
much.
yeah good lines here. Good size in your quads. I think it was good for you to double dip, to do both bodybuilding and physique, because where the divisions are starting to kind of meld to one another. As people
That's
know,
true. That's true.
yeah. And here you go working out. This is you know, you're doing the Rocky
This
pull.
that's an old video.
You're doing like Rocky. Hey, yo, Rocky, Rocco. Yeah, yeah. Like I got a dear friend of mine. She's a big Rocky fan. Her name is Yetta May, and she's also amateur, and she's a big fan of Rocky. And and we talk about Rocky stuff, and and here we go. And it's just you really coming in your conditioning. I mean, everybody's like this. It's not easy
True.
to especially compete especially in the train, the time you had to take. You also your instructor.
That's correct.
You run your own business. It's a lot of time and hard work. Where do you find the time? Between you know.
Okay, to be honest, it has always been me to leave a gap between like a good 3 hours for me to train. That one, it's a spot that I always tell my clients, even when they sign up, that hey, this time till this time, it's not even negotiable. I am not even going to trade it for anyone. It's my time. I need to get my workouts in. I need to get my cardio in. Whatever. I really explain it to them and tell them that this is my time, and please don't even try and book it. I'm not even gonna think twice.
No, no, I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna.
gonna say,
Ah,
okay, let me just try and squeeze you. No, I'm not squeezing you in. That is me. That is my time.
no, no, I'm not gonna.
And they
No,
really understand that.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna take up your time. Cause no, 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 no. Look at the traps, folks. If you see her, those traps, nah. Women traps like that, nah, ma'am. You have all time you want and need, ma'am. I'll leave you alone. I'll call you later when your time is up. And and that's the thing is like, with this lifestyle, there's a lot of sacrifice to me. I know when ever since I started getting this
That's
content.
true.
Yeah, because I've been a fan of bodybuilding since I was a teenager, and my brother he was into football, American football. He used to get the bodybuilding
Yes.
mags. So like I like guys like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, and Franco Colombo, those classic guys back in the day. And
Yes.
then something about the women, something just as I was getting to teenage years, I just kind of blew my pubescent mind as a teenager, and and I really we like talking to ladies like yourself who have your boots on the ground and starting up and growing as competitors. I have a lot of respect for you, what you put
That's
into you.
true.
There's a lot of sacrifice commitment into it. Now, what was that feeling like when you did your first show?
Beg your pardon, I didn't get that
I
part.
say, what was that feeling like when you did your first show?
It was amazing. It was a very much a great experience. I mean, you get nervous at first, and you get doubts as to, am I looking good? Am I in the right place? But with the people around me and the man who's coaching me, I really really appreciate him. If he's really watching, or if he does watch this later on, I mean, he has been a great supportive system to me in my life ever since. So I really, really appreciate it.
And what about your family? How did your family take your being in this?
All right, currently my mom is late. She had passed when I was little,
Oh, I'm
a
sorry. Yeah.
teenager. My dad is there. He stays far. He's in the Cape. So in South Africa, we've got Cape Town, we've got Joburg. And so he stays far, but he's 100% supportive. He's like, my girl, if you got a passion for this, do it. I'm right behind you.
Well, that's
I've got a wonderful best friend. She's also doing bodybuilding, and I've got great people around me. So
yeah,
it's actually interesting.
it's good to have those supports in your friendships. And as we all know, there's also as we here in America we call the haters. People that and the thing about that, that's sad because people they like this. You're in like I said, Africa is even though you're South Africa, it's still Africa to me. You're
Exactly.
yeah, it's a country where still it's about you know machismo is a Spanish word it is. It's macho. I mean, where I know I did interview a lady who she's from Mexico. She mentioned how her country, how women like yourself are not viewed as seen as the ideology of femininity. I mean,
Yes.
women are women, no matter what. Like I said, I was raised by my mother and my three older sisters, and I have a lot of respect for women. That's why I do my content about y'all, about women, female bodies, like that. And
Yes.
some men they have the aptitude that they feel like, well, you know what? She's in a sport. She's trying to be a man. She's yeah. And I said,
That's
whoa, whoa, whoa,
correct.
whoa, 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 whoa. How is she trying to be a man? I mean, like,
George, I mean, yeah, I do walk around George in South Africa. People actually call me a guy. They're like, hey, bro. I'm like,
don't
sorry,
that,
I'm female. They're like,
this,
oh
this, this,
shit, sorry.
that's not see, easy shit. We're not children here. See, that's the thing is, dudes, guys, stop calling females bros, dudes.
Like, it's
You know,
really not cool.
man,
It's not.
that's not you don't call female bro. So these young cats like say, like, hey bro, say, whoa, that's a girl. I mean, maybe I'm a little old fashioned. I say, dear, honey, sweetheart. Maybe I might get canceled for saying that, but the fact is, I address you as a woman. I say, lady, ma'am, miss. And you shouldn't if you feel uncomfortable. And this is the funny thing about it. These guys who are undercover, who's saying like, she's like that. But then they're like, hey, yeah, hey, bless it. And you think you want to, but you don't want to hang around. You want to hang around undercover, but you don't want to hang in front of your friends. You know,
Hmm.
and that's
That's
the
true.
thing. Yeah, and
It's
yeah, we got some people in here, and I appreciate you coming through. If you or anybody who's followed my channel, if you missed this, you can watch it later. If you want to, you can follow her. She has a social media on here. Also, she also has a PayPal. So you want to make a donation to really help her out. But here's my rules, and this is I say this every time you manage interviews: no D pics. Don't send.
please.
Don't don't send that. Don't
We don't
no.
want that,
You know,
guys.
no one
No,
want to
that's
see
not
that.
cool.
Women don't want to see that. That's what I said. That's not. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. And that's the thing is, it's me the guy who's saying she's a man, but then you see, say, gosh, she got some nice. Say, let me. It's just don't do that. That's
It's
wicked.
really not cool. It's really not cool.
Yeah. So, like I said, you got what's your trainer's name again?
Beg your pardon?
What's your trainer's name again?
My coach name.
Your coach, yeah, your coach.
Yeah, Julian Naidu, Mr.
And,
J Lab.
and he is he also a competitor? Or he just coaches also.
He just coaches currently, but he was a bodybuilder before.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And your best friend. I think I got some pictures. I think there's a picture. I think this is a lady that's I believe is your friend. Let's pull this up. Uh, and this is her right here, your dear friend.
It's at
Yeah.
Fitness Ellie, my wellness goal. Yes,
Oh,
that's
she
my
does
best friend.
wellness.
She does
Wellness.
wellness. She does the booty. See
Oh
the booty?
yeah.
The
See,
big booty.
where I'm from. I'm from the South, and we love our big booties. We
Yes.
love our big booty girls. Hell yeah, we like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And these we got some pictures of you when you were doing figure, and wow, you look pretty good. This is a transition
Okay,
from here.
so from
Yeah,
the bikini to the figure.
yeah. Look pretty good either way. See, sorry. It's the mustard
No,
post.
it's okay. It's
It's
okay.
the mustard purse move out of me. Come on, so every second when I see something like that, so I gotta be bad boy. But and that's the thing is about this sport. It's a lot, like I said, a lot of hard work, commitment, and a lot of passion. And it says you're a trainer, and you gotta find time for yourself.
That's
As
correct.
a competitor, in the NPC level, which you are in, it's expensive to be a
That's
competitor.
true. That's true.
And I don't know how the exchange of money is between here in South Africa and America. I know I did interview a lady who was competing back when she was still an amateur. She said it costs at least $7,000 to do a last show. And I think it costs a little more for the guys. But y'all ladies, y'all put just as much work in as the men. But
George,
it's
it's actually it's the other way around. The guys are actually much reasonable than the girls, eh? Because we've got makeup, we've got hair, We've got the tanning. I mean,
The
like
posing
it's just
suits.
the posing suit is expensive. Like the nails on top. Oh,
Yeah.
it's much.
And the guys, especially depending if you're a guy in physique, in like men's physique, you got to wear the board shorts.
Yes,
If you're a guy in open bodybuilding or men's classic or 212, you just got to wear, as we call them in America, the banana hammocks.
yes, that's
And
correct.
I know somebody's talking, a suit can cost you from anything for $2,000 to maybe the 1,500,
Yes,
and
that's correct.
then it's again makeup, hair, the tan, and everything else, cost of food. You got to travel to
Yes,
shows. I know
that's correct.
there's a good amount of shows in the in South Africa, right? Or or it's just still growing as a sport.
We're still growing as a sport. As like with bodybuilding here, it's quite different, George, because I mean, as I said, people walk around and see us as different people. They still don't understand. They see these on movies. And actually, one lady, I was actually doing groceries, and she asked me, "Hey, how are you? I've been wanting to ask what it is that you do." I'm like, "I'm a bodybuilder." She's like, "No, the reason why I'm asking is you always buy fish, you always buy things that I hardly see normal people buying." I'm like, "I'm a bodybuilder." She's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Girl, sit down here. Let me tell you." Let me tell you. I actually spoke to her for actually 3 hours. Explain. She's like, "I've always seen people on movies. Does it really happen in South Africa?" I'm like, "Girl, yes.
Hmm.
I'm one of them. Then she started saying, "Can I feel your muscle? Can I see this? Oh my God, you've got great legs." I'm like, "Thank you." So we're still trying to grow. I mean, we've got the NPC champagne production that is actually helping us through for exposure and stuff like that. And us athletes, we really appreciate that because some of us can't even afford to travel overseas. We need to save and save and save to make it to that annual show, to make it to that Spain show. Like we really, really try,
Hmm.
and we love the sport.
Yeah, I know. Like you said about the travel overseas part. Remember, there was a movie years ago. I don't know if you ever heard of it called Pretty Woman. And there's a part in the movie where the guy says, Hollywood is everyone want a place to be. And this is America is it was everyone want a place to be because this is where the action is. There's a lot
Yes,
more
that's true.
shows, national stuff like that. And
That's
I
correct.
know, and even in Europe, there's so few shows for pro qualifier, shows for nationals, regional qualifiers. I know I did interview a lady. Her name is Issa Seiler. She's from Brazil, but she lives in Denmark, and
Yeah.
she's supposed to be doing some shows in November. And we talked. We've been preparing, and I told her that if you want an opportunity to get your pro card, there's the in November's coming up is the Romanian Muscle Fest, and that's a show where which it's a pro qualifier. I think
Mm.
also there's the Europa show I think in
Europe show.
Spain.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also I think it believes a pro qualifier.
Yeah.
It's so for few shows that give you opportunities. Or everybody knows the big stage is always the Olympia,
Okay, that's
and
correct, and that's where we want to be.
this year they added women's bodybuilding to the amateurs. 'Cause I told a friend of mine, she was surprised. She wanted to do, but then things happen in the situation, but she missed out. We have here a gentleman just popped in, and we appreciate you coming in. His name is Julian, and Julian says, hey,
What's
Julian."
up? That's my coach. That's the man of the
Oh,
man.
thank you, Coach. Hey, Coach. We got to put it in, Coach. Appreciate Coach. You know, yeah, thank you, Mr. Julian. Thank you for coming in, Coach. Yeah, that's good that you got your support with your coach. And as I was talking about how there's so few shows for qualification overseas. I know there's one lady from your country, Miss Tiana Flex, who,
Yes, that's my girl.
oh
I
yeah,
love her so much.
great physique. She switched. She was a physique competitor. I know she earned a pro
Yes,
card in 2019, 2020
that's correct. Yes, big one.
as a physique. And then she switched over to women's open. And I know she just did a
Yes.
show as a guest poser over in Romania, the Valhalla show with Lena Popa. And
Yeah.
it's you and her are two people representing your countries. As she's a pro, you're an amateur. You think there'll be
Mm.
more as you also your friend with the who does the wellness with the booty, and yeah, tell her she got a nice booty.
Oh my gosh. Don't stop it.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! See, I got a problem here. I have several personalities. One of mine's right now. You're talking to George McCarthy. I'm a nice guy. I'm pushing him. There's us also. There's a Pervy Sage, and then there's the other guy.
Oh wow.
He likes dynamite and gasoline. You know, he's why so fierce. They're like, you want to know? I got my scars. You know, my father was a drunk and a fiend. My mother, not like what bit. He says, why so serious, son? Why so serious? I like to put guys. And we're seeing more women from other different countries. Like, I know there's another blessing from Africa, I think from Nigeria. He's a bodybuilder.
Yes, definitely.
There's you have Big Rami from Egypt.
Yes,
Uh,
correct.
I think a couple Hadi's Chapin. I think he's from. Is it Israel? Not Israel, or is it
I think it's
Iran?
Israel or
Israel, yeah,
Iran or something.
Iran. One of those, one of the two. One's one of the I.
Yeah.
And it's a growing. In those countries where in which tradition idea. I know Mona Saleh, who's from Iran, and she had to leave her country because the fact is, I remember she said in an interview that you know if she goes back, they can arrest her because and as Iran and many of those countries are very Muslim traditional. I know I've seen pictures of
Mm,
women who are female bodybuilders wearing their habibs and stuff and covered, and you can see the detail of the muscle. We don't see it as well, and
yeah,
that's the hard part. And instead again with some countries, it's not getting up to the progress of the rest of the world.
that's true.
hmm So,
Yeah.
and as a competitor, when you are upstage with other women, do you like I said that story told us about how the lady was very awed by you. How's that feel when you have people that follow you and say, "Wow, you're great. We support you," especially with your family, friends, Mr. Julian right here. Does that really that feeling you have of that support?
That is very. It makes me hungry. It makes me push through everything. Every single time I'm in the gym, I just have their voices. I just have people just motivating me to push through. I mean, it's not only the people around me, even my clients. They're like, "Wow, you know, you're so dedicated. I don't have an off season die. I don't have an off season. I don't have an in season. We dive right through. So for me, it's more of a lifestyle.
hmm And
Yeah.
and also it's been a couple of years. We had the virus that hit around the world. Or what was that feeling? And especially, I know in Africa, it wasn't as bad compared to other countries. What was it? What were you training and trying to
Ooh.
compete during that time?
I remember we were planning on doing a show, so unfortunately, nothing happened. I feel like I always say God does His own things on His own time, and sometimes certain things happen for a reason. So that was that gap that we had was for us to build. And honestly speaking, I didn't have equipment at home. Luckily, I was with my grand, so there was a mini garage just down the road whereby all the local people that like to train could come in. We had slots. They knew my slot was this time. They'll be like to other guys, get out. She needs to train. It was a small mini garage. So we actually had tires, just the little things to keep that muscle that we had, keep us going. And it actually worked. It really actually worked. It wasn't cool because we're going through an emotional time by then, everybody around the world. But I mean, for us trainers and us bodybuilders, us athletes, I mean, we had to do what we had to do.
hmm And much respect
We
for
had
that
to
because
do.
I know it was just the world went crazy. As you know, if people who know my channel, my mother, she had caught the virus and she passed away a couple of years ago.
I'm
You
sorry
know,
about that.
Yeah, because I can feel how I feel like I'm like I said, my father he passed away like a few years ago. And I'm an orphan. You still have your father. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. As you know, I said like this. My mother, she was sick. I took care of her. She was my woman, and
Um,
and that's a good thing that you have your father and your friends. Everybody supports you, and this sport it is about sacrifices. I know I talked to some ladies said that sometimes they lost friendships. That sometimes
yes.
they can't go to the events. I know one lady said she used to have friends that used to go to the bar with back in the day, and then they don't stop being friends with her. And
It's true.
is that the same situation where you were like did you lose friends and when you made this decision to get into sport?
George, honestly, I feel like we all go through that route of people just fading away in our life. Yes, I did lose a couple of friends. Well, let me not say a couple, a whole lot of friends. Some don't even invite me to places anymore. They're like, ah, we know she ain't gonna come. She's prepping. You know? So as I said, I only have one friend and she does bodybuilding. It's someone that I could call and say, hey, 1, 2, 3, and she'll be like, oh yeah, man, you know? So yeah, we lose people. And I guess it happens for a purpose sometimes. It's to keep
Mm.
us in the right direction, I guess.
Yeah, because as you grow and progress, sometimes life changes, and sometimes some people there's a difference between friends and people who just associated with you. And
Yes,
real
that's true.
friends will support you whatever you do
Yes,
and whatever
definitely.
path you grow.
Yeah.
Now, what if you could change anything about the sport? What would it be, and how would you like to see it changed?
Wow, the support amongst one another. Us as athletes, we get to become too jealous. I wish we could learn from one another. If one person won and the other one lost, it's more like, well, what is special about her? What is it that she has? Like, we all won. We should all come together, especially mostly in South Africa, especially the women. We should all become one. We should all learn from each other. Look at the people, look at the athletes that are overseas. Wow, I always look at them and I'll be like, I wish I had a sisterhood like that. Because they all hype each other up. It's not like, okay, she's doing her own thing, let me go do mine. They're all hyping each other up. If one won, hey, my sister. If one won, hey, my teammate. But I mean, in SA, we're really lacking that and it's really not cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
I wish
know.
that could change.
Yeah, I know. Later, like I said, I mentioned her before. Tana here. We come. She's from Canada. Amazing woman. That's why I said I like you. Physique remind me of Tana. And she told me when she was competing back in a few years ago, it was about I think around about the year when she did the Rising Phoenix. She ran out of oil sheen because you know the sheen
Yeah.
get you shine. And Margie V. Martin let her some to
See?
yeah. And then also she told me that Margie let her use her battle ropes too to get herself pumped up, and that's a good thing. But it's just if you can find people that there's some good people out there. I know some ladies who I
Yes.
talk to, and we tell me that yeah, there's some good friendships, but there's also there's those ones that get catty. There's some women who have issues. There's like I know one girl. She told me she's an amateur like yourself. Her name is Marilyn Yee. She said she don't like but she sometimes when she's working out, bikini girls want to try to compete with and working out. And and I know that I always
But
hear
why?
talk.
Why is that?
I
That ain't
think
cool.
I think it's about jealousy. It's
That
you
that
y'all,
that should
y'all
stop. That should
yeah
really stop.
yeah like you gotta think about it. Y'all all right now. Bikini and wellness are the two divisions that are really popular. As you know, one of my favorite actors is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I used to love Arnold movies and stuff I hear about him. Is just right now he just recently, as you know, last year he announced he's dropping physique from his Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. You can still do the amateurs, but he's not
Hmm.
on the main show. And they had the show in the UK had the show. They almost didn't have it because there was some issues about money. But then this year he's announced that he's dropping figure. I'm saying, why are you doing this? And only divisions going to have left as representing women are fitness,
This
figure, fitness,
exactly
bikini, and wellness. And
wellness. Yeah.
fitness was created back in the good part of the '90s as an alternative for female body for women bodybuilders who didn't want to put on a lot of size and mass. Wellness, as we know, wellness and bikini is, excuse my language,
The
is
most popular.
well actually is the ass and tits of the sport, and yes, the most popular. And the figure girls is I remember I was watching it was like a behind the scenes videos. It was
Yeah.
on NPC Online News. They posted the videos, and it was I was seeing people like Missy Trescott, Jessica Padilla, Erica Deer, and a couple other
Yes.
girls. And you think about it, if you look at those women, these are fitness and figure. You
Mm.
couldn't tell the difference from them. You were
That's
thinking,
true.
you were thinking that it was physique.
Hmm.
It's all with physique, and that's why we talked about how those two divisions, these divisions are starting to meld. If you break it like down like this, women's open. If you go like a weight class, women's open bodybuilding is like heavyweight. Physique
Yes.
is like middleweight, And you look at without the high heels, you would think women's figure is lightweight.
Yeah.
And, and it's just that these, if you like I say, as you as an amateur, you can cross over between those two divisions. You're not going to do figure anymore because you don't want to wear those clear heels anymore. But you can cross over between those two divisions because as I did me a couple of people who I've confronted with who are pros, I was seeing how it's the physique division that's fueling women's bodybuilding now. And bodybuilding, as I've been a fan of bodybuilding for a long time, I've seen this sport has been surviving as and I'm quote this as I'll do a lot of quote movies. One of my favorite movies is the whole Chris Nolan Dark Batman trilogy. And there's a part, and if you ever saw that movie, the part where Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul walks up to Christian Bale as Bruce Wayne says, in order to take care of our enemy, you walk quietly behind him and stab him in the heart. And the bodybuilding world has done it to women's bodybuilding as
Mm.
they dropped the Olympia, all the sports they dropped Miss International, and still, even though there's been female bodybuilding been on the ropes for so many years, it's still surviving.
True.
Hmm.
True.
Yeah.
I just wish in our country there would be more physique ladies and more bodybuilder ladies. They need to start coming out now. Like, they need to start coming out. We need them. We really need them. Because we're quite a few here and we actually know each other and we're actually countable with just our palms. So, come on. We
Yeah.
really need them.
Well, what's happening? We know. One thing is why we talk about is that judges would go to the competitor and say, you know what, um, you're really starting to look a little bit more shredded, a little bit more styrated. I don't think you like with your situation. I don't think you need to be a figure anymore. You might need to go up to women's physique. Wait a minute, you're getting a little bit more. It does get a lot larger. You get more fuller. I think you need to go up to women's open. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's the judges have a lot of control. Because I remember back in 2014, before they dropped Miss Olympia, that year you had Iris Kyle and Lena Popa. And if they, this is my theory, and it's today is Alina's birthday, so happy birthday, Miss Alina Popa. I got to meet her in real life. I went to my first Bible show in Savannah about a month ago.
Yeah.
That's in
I
Georgia.
saw your post. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to meet Alina Popa. Oh my God, it was great to meet her because I mean I've been a fan of her for a long time. Her and a couple of ladies who I got to see. It was just my first show, but if they wanted to, they could have saved Miss Olympia, and the judges could have gave Alina the title, and I think they would have Miss Olympia that I think the fans would like and the sponsors and promoters would like. But we all
Yeah.
know there's a lot of politics in bodybuilding.
That's
And
correct.
some women don't feel comfortable that I don't want to take the opportunity. I don't want to come out, because I don't want to. But the fact is, if you had somebody that really was more of a representation of what they want to see in bodybuilding, I think you see more women want to step up. If you have a woman that's highly attractive with physique, you see women say, "I want to take a chance. I'll go into women's open."
Mm. I mean, I guess some people just don't want to be big or muscular. They just want to be small. Others want to be petite like. Others want to be curvy. So, I guess at the end of the day, it's preference. Even if you get a feedback from the judge saying, "I think you should move up." I mean, you know how athletes are. No, but I'll stick to wellness. I know I'm a wellness
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you know. So I guess at the end of the day, for me, I love growth. So once I got the feedback of moving up, I was like, okay, I love a challenge. I love a challenge. So when my judges were like, try both, I was like, okay, I will do that. Let's see how it goes. And who knows, maybe I might be a bodybuilder or get my
Yeah,
pro card there.
yeah. Like I said, hey, right now, the physique division is loaded. It's crowded. It is. It's just you can, like I said, all you gotta. Hey, you can do both shows you want. You can do both of the divisions you want, and then you say if I'm missing one, I can always try another. And that's the thing.
Hey,
That's
we try again. So we never
yeah,
know when to get our
yeah.
pro card. We try physique, we try bodybuilding, try physique, bodybuilding. But as for figure, no, we
Nah,
out
yeah,
that line. We're cropping it out. I've grown that stage. So
yeah. And,
it's about now I focus
yeah.
on this too.
And plus, you want to get all those clear heels. Like this is one of my favorite comedian, Chris Rock says, like a daddy's job is to keep his daughter out of clear heels and off that pole. Because in here, we got strip club. One of my jobs, I used to work at a strip club. I used to be a bouncer like that, and I see the girls with the clear heels, and and that's why I say, my daughter wearing clear heels, clear heels. No, I said, no, 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 like that's not that bad. She's but that feeling you get off those clear heels, get on barefoot. Oh, I know my sisters and my mom.
Yep.
My sister, my mom, when they get off of work, had to work someplace where they had to wear high heels. They're like, oh, man, we're lucky.
Yep.
I can't remember last time I wear a pair of anything with a heel. But we're not gonna hold you long because I know you have things to do. It's your time. So I know you got people calling say, hey, yeah, say, hey, are you time done? Blessing, you think we can? They say, no, no,
No,
not going.
they know. They
That's
know.
right.
Hey, 3 hours this time to this time it belongs to
Yeah, time,
Blessing.
time out.
I
Now,
am not gonna trade it.
yeah, like I said, if we got a few more questions, and we'll be finished with you.
No
And
problem.
the thing is, would you love to come here and do some shows if you could? If you had
Definitely 100%. 100%. I would love to do a couple of shows. I just also for exposure, man. Sometimes you really think you are there, but you're actually not there. So getting a feedback from an international judge, man, that is something I'm really, really looking forward to, honestly.
yeah, I think I would love to see you and Tia and several other ladies, especially your buddy. Yeah, yeah. Come.
George, no, no.
I'm sorry. I'm a man. I'm a
Hey,
man.
you might never know. Maybe next year I'll hit you up and be like, George, I think we're coming. I think we're coming.
Say like,
Never know.
say
I'm
what?
not. Hey,
I
don't
give
get
you
me wrong.
blank.
I'm not saying we're
I'm
coming. I say I think we're coming.
reading the blank ticket, set it up. You know what I'm saying? Put it out. Okay, but yeah, we hope we do. Like I said, we love to see. Like I said, as you know, being raised a black man, being here in America, I love my melanin sisters. I love me,
Yes,
like I said,
thank
being
you.
raised by a black woman. I love all women, period. But I still have a strong, especially being from woman from the motherland. It's
Yeah.
us here in America, us black people. I'm not African American. I'm black. We lost our connection to Africa for a long time. But we still have a genetic bond to that country, and to see people like yourself coming from there and coming here and representing your country and showing pride, and it makes us feel good. As you know, one of our greatest president in the world, his family is from your world, and he was just a great man. I still love him. Barack Obama, we need you, Obama. And we need you. And to be a woman in this sport and to do what you do and to enjoy it, to respect it, and to I this is what, like I said, as I said again, I'm a muscle first. Mo, when I got to this stuff, I got it to because I got it to like, but from the stuff I learned, my conversation with you ladies, the stories I hear and stuff I learn, I really have a lot more respect for you, not just as a woman, as a bodybuilder, but also as an athlete. And that's the thing, is that you are an athlete. You work hard. You put in the time. You make a lot of sacrifices, and you deserve to be rewarded at that, if it's financially. Folks, as I said again, if you're interested in content with Blessing, if you are somebody out there who is interested in sponsoring her, if you're interested in maybe, okay, promoting more shows outside of the U.S., where there's like Olympic qualification, pro level qualification, you know, really, if you have the means in the way, do that. Because one thing about bodybuilding, it's not a sport in which you make a lot of money. It's not like most sports here, where which like soccer, where you can make good chunk of change, or other sports where which is a lot of money. This is, some people see it as a hobby sport.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, we're gonna let you go and spend the rest of your time. You have anybody you want to as we say, shout out somebody you want to say, like we got your man, Mr. Julian. I think he's still here, and we want to shout him out and appreciate it for his time. Anybody you want to say show love and appreciation
Sh-
to?
yeah, shout out to my coach. Thank you for tuning in, coach. Shout out to my friend. I don't know if she's online. If you are going to watch it, shout out to you. Everybody that's watching, thank you so, so much. Everybody that's streaming all over the world, South Africa, Africa, America, everywhere. I mean, shout out to y'all, man.
Yeah, and we do appreciate your time. We thank you. If you are anybody who follow my channel, you can watch this later. You can you can catch your stuff in the comment section. Make comments. We can support, like, share, subscribe, comment. If you are someone who's, like I said again, if you are someone genuine, wants to support these ladies in sport of bodybuilding, if you have the means and the ways to support them, if it's not even financial, just say, blessing, you're doing a good job. Add a girl, not say add a dude or a man. Say add a girl. You have a great physique. Look at those traps. I mean,
Thank
and
you.
welcome. You're welcome. No, no. This is one of the things like I said. I'm going to quote another one of my favorite quotes from the movie Batman Begins. When Commissioner Gordon, Jim Gordon, said to Batman, "I forgot to thank you," and he turns around, and you never have to. You don't have to thank you.
Mhm.
But if you are someone out there who's really interested in supporting women like herself, especially in another country in which is still growing bodybuilding, be genuine. You know, one thing we bodybuilding can really need is people can bring in some support. If not, like I said, financial support is good, but also emotional support is great because these ladies go through a lot. All these competitors,
That's
men
true.
and women, go through a lot. So, and also, like I said again, her stuff in the description, her IG, also her PayPal. If you want to support her financially, that's good. If not, that's you just say her. Instead again, just send her good wishes. That's good. But here's my rule again, guys, and I keep telling it. I know some of you hard heads not gonna listen. No,
Yeah,
G
I
shit.
know. No, no dick pictures. That's not cool,
No,
guys.
no, no, no. It's not
That
cool.
ain't cool.
I don't want to see your little tatty whacker, your midget, your munchkin. No one want to see that. No, I mean, I was a lady who I became a friend of mine. Her name Marianne Wachowski. We were talking on IG, and we make this guy come in, and next thing you know, the guy pulled down his pants in
Oh
the
my
middle of
gosh, no!
yes, in the
In
middle of
the
IG.
IG?
Yes, in the
No,
middle of
that's
IG.
like people don't people don't
These are
realize like this. That ain't cool, guys. Like
yeah,
we really
like
don't
no,
want
right
that.
now, like I said, I used to like I say, I play sports. I saw guys, but I'm not looking. I don't want to. Don't show it to me. Why show it to me? I don't want to see it. She don't want to see it. You know, you know,
No.
you know. But like I said, blessing, we thank you again. We appreciate your time. We, any like I said again, you know, we hope for you to get the opportunities to get you deserve. Um, and like I said, I, just like I said, it was a great experience talking with you.
Thank
Because
you
like
so
I
much,
said,
George.
and I hope everything comes to fruition for you. You get your pro card, you get come here, maybe even come to the Olympia. You know, you
Yeah,
know, yeah,
definitely. That's the goal, and it will happen. Nothing is impossible with God.
yeah. God, like my mama used to tell me, son, trust and believe in God and in Jesus. She told me that, and
Yep.
I'm a bit of a agnostic, but still, I have some faith in God.
Yeah, at least you have some faith, George. That's good.
That's good. So anyway, folks, we like to thank Miss Blessing Christopher for coming through.
Thank you so much.
Folks out there, if you missed this, I know some people are still getting out of the beds. You got to get your morning coffee. You can watch this on later. Comment, like, subscribe. As you know, your boy is almost at 1,000. I'm getting there, and
Yep,
and
yep.
yeah, yeah. You need to get on YouTube too. That's good. Like I said, social media really helps some of these ladies in competition, especially with the
Mm,
judges, and you put out good stuff. And also, um, out there, guys, if you are someone who genuinely want to help somebody grow in their path in sport, this is a lady right here that can use your support and really be. And like I said again, be serious about it. Don't be saying, blessing. If you do this for me, I'll do. No, just supposed to say, Miss Christopher, I want to support you. I want to do what you can. If I can send you a little something to help you on your way, I'm happy to. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to see you succeed, and that's what we want to see. These ladies get. Not the weirdos, not the guys, not the schmo. I know I'm a schmo, but I'm also a man who really has respect for these ladies. So, like I say, we'd like to thank Miss Blessing Christopher. We'd like to thank her coach, Mr. Julian. Thank you for coming through, sir. I mean, like I said again, like, comment, and share. Support these ladies in sport of bodybuilding. Show your support and show respect. But these are still They are women, they're athletes, and they need all the support they can deserve. So anyway, this is my all the way George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Bottom Talk. Like, don't subscribe. I am out.